Yes, sir! Washington Wizards news, guys. Bradley Beal is upset, boys. Bradley Beal is very upset. Last night, after the Chicago Bulls game, the Wizards lost their fourth game in a row, starting off the season 0-4. After just trading John Wall, receiving Russell Westbrook, the Wizards are 0-4, and Bradley Beal, after losing to the Chicago Bulls last night, did something that he rarely ever does. He did a Kyrie move. He did a Kevin Durant move. He did the typical superstar I'm upset move. Bradley Beal rarely does this. After the Chicago Bulls lost last night, after losing 4 games in a row, Bradley Beal did not talk to the media. He went straight to the locker room, put his clothes on, and he got the hell out of Washington. He went straight home, boys. So Bradley Beal, he's the type of guy, he's a good character guy. He's not really had any beef with the media or anything like that. He typically, after a game, will save time for the media. He'll speak to the media. But after last night's disappointing loss to the Chicago Bulls, a team that the Wizards probably thought they could beat, Bradley Beal did not speak to the media. He is obviously upset. The fact that he didn't speak to the media should show you guys how upsetting that loss really was for Bradley Beal. So let's talk about the Wizards and what their situation is. So in their first 4 games of the season, they've lost to Philly, they lost to Orlando twice, and they lost to Washington. And with these 4 games, guys, I've noticed a pattern with the Wizards. So the thing with the Wizards is they're giving the game away in the fourth quarter. And that's the most upsetting thing for a basketball player. If you guys have ever played basketball before or any sports game at all, you know how upsetting it is when you have the lead in the beginning of the game, or you have the lead approaching the final minutes of the game, and then you give it up and the other team beats you. There's nothing more upsetting than that, because you literally had the lead. You felt like you were doing better than this team, and then when it really mattered the most, during crunch time, you shit the bed and the other team beat you. That's exactly what's going on with the Wizards. In their first game of the season against Philadelphia 76ers, they were up by 10 going into the fourth quarter. Then they were outscored by 16 in the fourth quarter by the 76ers. They were outscored 40-24 in the fourth quarter. They lost by 6 after being up by 10 going into the fourth quarter. They gave it up in the fourth quarter. That was the first game. In the second game against Orlando, they were down by 1 going into the fourth quarter. Down by 1. So it's anybody's game. They could easily win this. They just got to put together a strong quarter, and this game is theirs. Russell Westbrook was playing this game, because with Russell Westbrook, due to his injury history right now, he's not playing in back-to-backs. So Russell Westbrook was playing this game. They were down by 1 going into the fourth quarter. Then they were outscored by 9 in the fourth quarter, and they lost by 10. They lost by 10. They were outscored 38-29 in the fourth quarter. Then in their third game against Orlando, the third game, Russell Westbrook didn't play this game, I don't think. He may have played this game, but I don't think that Russell Westbrook played this game. So they were up by 17 in this game. After losing to the Orlando Magic the night before, or 2 nights before, Bradley Beal and them boys, they came back hungry. They're like, yo, Bradley Beal even said in an interview, I don't know what it is. Every time we face the Magic, they just must want it more than us. We never beat these guys. I'm tired of it. He said that in an interview. This game, the Wizards came out playing hard. They wanted to win the game. Going into the fourth quarter, they were up by 17. Spirits were high. Game starts. The Wizards were outscored by 24 points in the fourth quarter. The Magic scored 43 points. The Wizards scored 19, and the Wizards lost by 7 after being up by 17. So that's 3 games to start the season where the Wizards gave up the lead in the fourth. Or even if they didn't give up the lead, they just got slapped in the fourth quarter. So the biggest issue, and why I think Bradley Beal is upset, is his guys. There's something wrong where they're not focusing enough and they're not locking in when it comes down to crunch time. Yes, it's important to be good in every minute of the game, but crunch time is the most crucial thing. Bradley Beal has been struggling with the Wizards for years now. He's been with the Wizards for over 8 years now, I believe, and he's never been to the conference finals. The farthest he's ever been is the conference semifinals. He's never been to the conference finals. The last time Bradley Beal has been to the playoffs was 2017-2018 when they lost to the Raptors in the first round. They lost to the Raptors 4-2 in the first round. Bradley Beal hasn't been to the playoffs in 2 years now. This guy's losing games consistently. Last year, he lost a lot of games, and it's tough for him because he's doing all he can do out there. And through the first 4 games, he scored 31, 39, 29, and 29. He's averaging like damn 34 points. Last season, he was averaging 31 points, one of the best scoring seasons we've seen in NBA history. Bradley Beal is doing all that he can do. The turnovers need to come down some. I'm not liking how high his turnovers are. He's getting like 3 or 4 turnovers a game, sometimes 6. That can't work. That can't go on. He is getting some assists, about 5 to 7 assists a game, but the turnovers do need to come down. But Bradley Beal is doing everything he can do, so I can understand why he's upset. Wizards fans, how do you guys feel about your current situation to start the season? I think things will get better for the Wizards. I think they're going to win their next few games. Their next 3 games are up against the Bulls, the Wolves, and the Nets. I think that the Wizards will win all 3 of those games, and they'll bounce back, go on a 3-game winning streak. So they lost their first 4 games to start the season. I think they're going to win these next 3. I think Bradley Beal's hitting the gym harder than ever, just taking accountability for that loss. Russell Westbrook will be back tomorrow when they play against the Chicago Bulls. So I think everything will be okay with the Wizards. I just wanted to share this news with you guys that Bradley Beal is not happy. And right now, it's not that he's not happy with the team. He just hates to lose, as most players do. Russell Westbrook said the same thing. He hates losing. So anyways, guys, that was just some quick Wizards news. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We do new NBA videos every single week. All right, peace, boys.